12 things to avoid if you want to be rich. You see, a lot of people, they say, I'm not rich because of I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have connections, I don't have the skills, the desire, I'm in the rogue economy, I blame the government, I blame the politics, I blame my family. It's not all that. The main reason why most people are not rich is because of ego. E-G-O, period. But you might be saying, no, I don't have ego. I'm not rich because of these things. I tell you, no. You're not rich, not because of these things, because these things are already there, and there are hundreds of thousands of people becoming millionaires and rich every single day. It's because of your ego that is stopping you and telling you that lie so you can feel good about yourself. When I was less successful, that is because I had a lot of ego, and I still do, and I'm still fighting them. Because saying no, I don't have ego is like saying no, I don't have blood in my veins. I mean, that's out of even the question. But once I realized, what, somebody can be right, because these egos have been stopping me from achieving 1, 2, 3. So I'm sure because I don't have 5, 6, 7, it's because of there's another 5, 6, 7 ego stopping me from achieving to that state. And just by learning what you have to do and applying, you eliminate the ego, or you set the ego aside or put it down, and you be vulnerable. You take action, you take responsibility in order to achieve that state. I call this usually in my podcast and book like surrendering, okay? Being free, letting go, surrendering, saying, guess what? I don't know, I put my hand up, can you please teach me? And I'll follow it, and you do follow it. That is now working without the ego. Number 1, the blame ego. One finger, if you point it out and blame somebody else, guess what? 3 fingers point backwards at you. Because exactly nobody has to do with either your successes or failures but yourself. Saying your spouse, co-worker, geographic location, your country, your economy, all of that does not count. Number 2, the know-it-all ego. When I was really depressed, lost, overwhelmed, and broke, I started reading books and I thought I know it all. Guess what? I didn't know shit. I didn't know anything. And the reason why I didn't know anything is because my results are not changing. Repeating the same action, expecting a different result, is called insanity by the one and only Einstein. Those people with very high ego are not willing to learn, are not willing to surrender, put their hands up and apply. They always think they know it all, they know it better, even though they didn't even apply it, even though they didn't even study it, even though their facts are not based on any kind of research or proof. They simply just know it all. Number 3, the fearful ego. Fear of failing, which is the number 1 most dangerous, powerful fear there is out there for the human brain. Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of what others will think about me, fear of messing up. That's another term for fear of failure. Fear of how other people will look at me, how other people will see me, how things will change in my life if I take this action or that action, and what do I have to do, what do I have to plan? I'm not comfortable with this. What if I lose all the money? What if? Fear, guys, you have to learn, it's a mind-made phenomena, which is false evidence appearing real. These 4 words are illusional, mind-made from the person himself about fear. We are all born as babies with 0 fears. All the fears that we have are conditioned by our surroundings. So based on your current surrounding environment, lifestyle, and culture, what you perceived as fearful may be different to another culture, to another human being. Your fears can be his positive influences and his positive attributes and desires and motivations can be your fears. So it does not have to do with fears at all. It is simply ego. And yes, fear is an ego. It is part of an ego. Once you start to understand, study, acknowledge, and take action, all the fear will be eliminated. Just like how a student doesn't study and goes to the exam and messes up because he's fearful, and he's fearful he's gonna mess up, which he does mess up, and he's gonna see fear is real. It is not real. It is because you did not do the actual work. That's why you got afraid and you messed up and you became more afraid, and it's a vicious cycle. But if you study, you go into the exam confident, you're gonna pass, you're gonna see they are right. If you do your homework, you will not be fearful and you're gonna succeed. Number 4, the comfort zone ego. That's like saying, yeah, I'm content, I'm happy. Why would I, overstretch? Why would I live above my means? I don't need to go through all this. I'm just relaxed, I'm content, I'm happy, things are going very well. And yeah, don't forget guys that you will not grow in your comfort zone, and your comfort zone is your income zone. The more comfortable you will be, the more comfortable your income will be. The more you grow, the more your income will grow. It is in a direct proportion with your mindset and growth. Your income grows not higher than your mindset, skills, leadership, and so forth. So if you want your income to grow, you cannot remain where you are or go below. You have to excel so it can grow with you. Number 5, the judgmental ego. Now I love this one because I can put my hands up in front of the world and say I'm a victim of this one, big. Now I love the car Ferrari, and whenever I used to see Ferrari, now again this is due to my environment, due to my conditioning, which I have learned. They used to tell me, oh, don't look at it like that, man. This guy is like, it's not his work, it's not his money, it's his dad's money, or maybe it's just a rented car, he doesn't even own it. Or you know what, this model is not good, it's too old now, there's a new one, or this or that. Judging others. How do you know that driver has not worked his head off 24/7, 365 for the last 30 years? How do you know? We don't, right? It's so easy for us to point fingers and judge and say, yeah, it's, x plus y, divided by z gives us, this proportion, and it's all, done and finished, and it's all wrong. No, that's not how it is. You're full of shit. Or, oh yeah, you see that girl, this usually happens with girls, even sometimes guys, you see that girl, she got married to this celebrity, and she's definitely a gold digger. How do you know that? How do you know she hasn't been working with him since day one? She just did not like to reveal herself because she hates fame. What would make that guy go into a relationship with a girl who would put him down? That's common sense. Number 6, the excuse ego. Now, the excuse, guys, is nothing but a well-planned lie. End of story. You either make excuses or money. You cannot make both. I don't have time, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't fit this isn't it for me, I have 2 kids to raise, I got a bad employee, I'm a miserable person, I got a lot of stress. That's all excuses. That's a well-planned lie. To yourself, nobody else. Number 7, the people-pleasing ego. Now, 90% of people hate to brand themselves is because they are afraid to be hated. They want to be a pleaser. They want everybody to like them. Guess what? Sometimes you have to like yourself first and put on the oxygen mask, and then help somebody else to put their oxygen mask on. Just like how they teach us, and every time we go on board and fly. I just want to make sure everybody's okay, everybody's nice with me, I'm nice with everyone, I'm a victim of this one as well. You see, just by now I can rest assured point out there are 2 egos which I'm still fighting and learning from. I don't want to rock the boats, I don't want to create a lot of pressure into this place, I just want to be cool, relaxed, smooth and all, classy. Number 9, the fake ego. You see, there are so many people who you meet and you feel like you're not comfortable, you feel like they're hiding something, they're not genuine, they're not real, you feel like they're superficial. There isn't a human being which can have all these characteristics and traits in one time. So these kind of people have been lying to so many people all around them in order to please them, in order to, get material benefits, in order just to not be hated or anything. And then they lose themselves. They don't even know themselves. Over time, they say like, wait, who am I? And there are some people on the other end which you bond instantly from the first time you meet them. You feel like, okay, they're genuine. At least I can see and know where they're coming from. At least we can communicate. At least I know what type of mindset they do have. Never lie. You don't need to lie. Just be straightforward, be yourself, you're good enough. Number 10, the shy ego. Another one. I used to be a victim of this ego for so long. Most introverts are shy. And in school I used to always be in my shell. I always used to not talk, not make friends. I mean, I had some people who would, be loyal to me and would be friends. But in general, when it comes to, participating in class, breaking that fear of public speaking, it was definitely a no-no. My ego had me like in no time down. And once again, when people tell you that, no, I'm shy, I don't think I can do that, go away, and I don't think I'll do a good job, that's just an excuse. That's just saying, you know what, this is a lie. I just planned it well, and I'm just telling it to you so you can at least like me, but not expand my horizons and push me to succeed. I get a lot of clients like that as well. Number 11, other people's opinion ego. How I think about myself is my job. How you think about me is not my job. How I see myself has got to do with everything. How you see me has got to do with nothing. If you can reach to that level of awareness and be able how to manage it and handle it, I mean, you can put your ego aside and tell them, see you later. Because now you know that there is something in you called an ego, and you know that you have to eliminate that part of you in order to grow, to change, and to succeed, because you have requirements to meet and fulfill. Otherwise, if you don't meet, you will fail. If you meet, you succeed. That's the principle, that's the science, that's the law, which never ends and never stops and is permanent. If you think that haters will like you one day, or if you think that haters won't hate you, or if you think that haters hate you, actually you're wrong. Haters hate themselves. They just like to point fingers at you to get attention, which significantly increases their attention. All they want is just attention. Because they don't do shit, they point fingers at other people in order to see their mistakes so they can get attention for being like a spotlight, Why don't you do it yourself? Why don't you open your own YouTube channel, go live, have the guts to do so, learn from your mistakes, and grow and expand? The do-it-yourself ego, in short, DIY. This is the ego which most business people fight with because they are control freaks, but they forget that there is no tall building, skyscraper, or any project that has completed alone. You gotta need people to build a tall building. You gotta need people to build a country, a society, a project, a business. Anything big requires people. They're like, if you want something done, you better do it yourself. That's like the employee mentality, Don't trust nobody, everybody's a lie, everybody's a bad person. I've been hearing this since I was young until I believed it. But then I realized, no, actually, the person who was telling you that is because he is that. He's not the type of person who wants to seek success. Because of what? Again, his ego. Now my question for you is, out of these lists of ego, how many egos do you have? Now if you say I don't have any of them, that's the biggest ego, because before I became where I am today, I said I didn't have any egos, but then when I started to work and realize, I realized that how much ego I had in so many different sectors and areas and aspects of my life. I mean, there was like a huge mountain that I had to dig through in order to clear out, and I'm still fighting. I just pointed out the type of egos which I had, the type of egos which I am still working with in order to overcome with practice. If you do find this video useful, guys, check out my book from the description. That will take you to Amazon so you can grab a copy of it. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and the notification bell to keep watching my weekly videos. Don't forget, guys, if you don't mention your ego in the comment section below, do know that is your ego holding you back from one of these egos, because either I guess you don't want to be hated, you don't want to mess up things, or any other ego. I can even take each and every one ego and shape it and mold it to you in a way that would let you understand why you don't like to share your ego type, which you're currently striving from, in the comment section.
Rise.